put the link if you want to call in and talk about it.
Let me get me the
Um,
matchstick right now. I'll
why
give
is
you
it
one.
just
Hold on.
Joker? All right. All right. So,
Give people a chance to get in here.
yeah, for sure. All right. For sure. All right. Well, we are going to let a few people get in here. I guess we got a few people in here already, don't we? Oh,
Got
uh,
Carly P.
hey Carly.
waiting.
Hey Carly. Um, let me. I don't know. There goes. This is the link right here. If you guys want to call in and talk about it, we can call in and talk about it. But in the meantime, what's up, Mike? Mike, man, come up here and talk about it, bro. I know you got an opinion, bro. Uh, Mike's a good guy.
Cool.
So, hey Terry, hey Jane, hey Justice, Shanti, Carly, Hack or Hatch. I don't want to butcher that. I haven't seen your face around before. Thank you for coming by. Okay, Mike. The link is in the it's pinned in the top. Come on up. Cam, how you doing this afternoon, brother?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Man, I'm blessed. Blessed, blessed.
Same here, brother.
So what
Got
we're
my family, got my health, got everything going for me right now. It's good time.
facts. That's all good stuff. What I want to take a look at first, guys, is how this has been performing. This is the petition. We're actually right now at 499 supporters, and it, as you see, it continues to, you know, it's gaining traction, guys. Um, here's another thing that was brought to my attention was contributions. I wasn't even aware that you could do this, and I don't even know what it goes to or whatever. So I wanted to reiterate again that this is not. I'm not asking anyone to donate. So I would say, however, in addition to that, I'm not even sure where the money goes. So I see that these people just have a good heart just because. So
Oh, they're donating on the petition?
yeah, I didn't even know you
Oh,
could.
that's
I
awesome.
I never logged into it, bro. I just started it and then I just been looking at it from um from the phone or whatever. And so I didn't see this. On mine when you get past the actual petition, it just goes to like contact this stuff down here, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, there it is, guys. There's $176 in there.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't even know, you know. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that to, um, you know, the summer fund or to Don and Candace directly. So there we are with that, guys. 499, man. That's not that's not terrible, you know.
No, that's pretty awesome just from the other
Yeah,
night, man. That's good stuff.
that is, man. And I, here we're gonna come over here, man. Um, do your thing, guys. Skip the money if they want to sign because I was wondering if that was turning people away. Yeah, it's not mandatory at all.
Yeah, you
So
don't.
please don't feel obligated. I don't, like I don't know how long that money will sit there until like, we don't have any plans of pulling that down for any amount of money until we have this. It's not about the money, it's for the signatures, right? So that's what that's about. Hey, Francine. Hey, April. So that's what Justice Janney. It's right there down below, Justice. It's a petition to stop the solicitation and exploitation of cases or crimes committed against children.
Missing children. Okay.
We're actively working on a framework of what the actual boundaries could and should be. So that's that. Um,
Hi, April.
a lot of people have said, well, you won't even be able to make content, and I understand their plight and their frustrations, I guess, but we're all adults, and so we should know the boundaries of like you ever had your mom slap you in the back of the head and say mind your business, like
Oh yeah.
yeah, dude, like I know everyone on YouTube at some point in their life has been, and probably more than average for a lot of people on YouTube, like mind your business, right? Like these things, um pretty much everyone that's watching this only has a voice online. They don't have an actual voice in the court to sit on a jury or do anything. Like the only voice you would have had is to start a petition. And then there's
And this.
actually there's
Go ahead.
actually channels that are bashing the petition. Like, come on.
And it's actually too. I mean, it's not about like people that can't make content. It's like you just can't lie on exploited children to make your
That's it.
content.
And you can't destroy the jury pool,
Yeah.
right? Like that's not what we're here for, right? Like look at this. When you just have no content, best thing to do is start petitions, bash others, and team up with other frauds. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, dude, what we're doing is we have started a petition. Um, I guess maybe some of the stuff that has been said back and forth may be on the edge of bashing. But I haven't outwardly bashed anyone other than just what you may have interpreted it as bashing. But I'm trying to readjust the way people actually look at justice, right? Like this is the kind of talk that nosy people say when someone says, "Hey, man, why don't you mind your business?" And then those people, they're like, they want to say "fuck you," but then they just turn their head to their friend and they're like, "That guy, man, fuck him." Like that's what this shit is right here. Like, you know what? Like like this dude. Anyways, man, you get the point. Like, it's also being mentioned to me over and over and over, and I'll mention it again. Like, I don't have any control over who reports the petition on Facebook. I would tell you that this Summer Wells case, it brings a lot of revenue. Hold on, let me get off of here. It brings a lot of revenue. So there's going to be people, of course, that would be proponents to this, right? Like how could this be in the worst interest of a child, right? Like how could that be the worst interest, right? Like there's none of this. Where are we at here? Where's the verbiage? How do I get to the verbiage? It's tripping. Well, we've all seen it, right? Right there. Learn more. I don't know. It shows me from the phone. That's why I go back and forth. But listen here. This is good for all children. What it's not good for is adults that depend on social media to, afford a lifestyle. And that's not really, that's not cool. So, with that being said, hey, Cherry,
Well,
Cherry,
I was gonna add something to that too. When you're talking about bashing, I know for a fact anything I've ever said about another content creator is public record. Everything that
right,
I've said about another channel is what he said out of his mouth. And I mean, I can go back and pull everything that he said that I've talked about.
right.
So I
No,
mean, it's not bashing if you just call somebody out on what they're doing.
correct. Correct. No, I agree. I'm waiting on Mike to pop in. If you guys wanna pop up and sit and talk, the link is pinned in the top. come on and let's talk about it. Let's see what, and then what happened. Let's see what they said. Fix your leaking brain. Okay. Uh, yeah, the speculation in Summers' case, it's gotten to disgusting levels. They are setting traps now, and they're trying to design things that fit a loophole where somebody could be their family could be obliterated essentially, right? I do want to I want to kind of turn people on. Maybe I'm already behind, but there's a guy. What's his name? Oh yeah, here it is. Check him out, man. If you don't know about him, I just found out about him. His name is Unsolved No More. And I was kind of in the middle of watching his video before I came on here. It was kind of what really I was like, yeah, like what the hell? This guy right here, he's got his shit together. So check this guy out real quick. This is Summer Wells, a real cold case detective's opinion, a real one. I mean, that guy looks like he'll whip your ass. I mean, that dude is beating the shit out of that shirt as we speak. God damn.
It looked
Here
like
we go.
Popeye.
Okay, so
Good
yeah,
Lord.
damn. Where am I at here? I'm at 412. Bear with me, guys, because the way I've got to do it now is a little bit goofy. Find it very secluded to me, very rural property, and that plays into some things, I think. But back to victimology. So you have a 5-year-old. She is not going to be what you considered a high-risk offender, much like a prostitute would be, or maybe a child that's living in an endangerment where the surroundings, she's not being taken care of. I have no indication of that, and I don't know. But I did read that the police had been called to that residence at least twice. Once a while ago, where the father, I believe his name was Don Wells, was a fugitive from justice. I'm not sure what the charges were that he was fleeing from, but this was years ago, maybe even 10, 20 years ago that I saw. Okay.
Tammy said hi. She's in here. Hi, Tammy.
Tammy, where you at, Tammy? So this guy, what he's starting to paint to you, and I've reached out to the guy. Somebody emailed me that's an associate of his, and they just want, they were just like, wow, this guy, he's kind of saying the exact same stuff in a roundabout way, different words. And I was like, hey, could you get us together to do, a video or, do something? And she was like, oh no, he doesn't do lives. He's been a consultant for A&E and, so on and so forth. And so I just said, well, we could record something. I said, I don't want I don't need his comment necessarily on the Summer Wells case. Because I'll get my info from the TBI and whatever else. But what I would love for Unsolved No More, sir, is to come on over and talk about due process. Talk about how you've seen social media affect the details in the jury pools of actual cases in real life, because you think that there's a lot of people, what happens is they escape reality into YouTube, but they think that when they jump back out, the stuff that they did inside of YouTube, it doesn't escape with them, and it does, right, Cam?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
We know that those opinions escape with you, and we know that everybody in Hawkins County right now is watching this shit, and
Yep.
it's gotten to a point now where we're talk about the leaky brain pity party scam. Oh yeah, I have
Oh, okay. I
I have
see
an
what you're
Arnold Chiari malformation, and I'm waiting on some insurance stuff to go through so that I can have a surgery. I haven't asked. There's no scam. I don't ask for money here at all. So, anyways, yeah, there's always a little troll skittering about. You guys, if you're moderators, I don't know. Can you hold on? I guess there isn't such a thing as moderating in here. Anyway, so guys, I want to
Usually,
listen to a little bit more of this, but again, I would like Unsolved to just come over and talk about how these things affect the end game, which is trying to put the conviction and put somebody in prison, right? Like this isn't to advertise for your YouTube page or anything else. This is to keep due process intact. That way that you can see that there's a template built already, guys, for victims to fall into on YouTube. There's already, like, even if the family doesn't even have YouTube on their phone and they're completely oblivious, they're sucked in by their neighbor, or they're sucked in by
yep.
whoever, right? Like, it's impossible for these people to not get sucked in. And what they say is, oh, Don needs to shut his mouth. Well, then guess what? When Don shuts his mouth, then we want Don to talk. We need a statement from Don. Like, it's a
Well, let's
shoebox, right?
use use Grandis as an example. She hasn't
Grandis.
spoke at all. So the grandma, she hasn't spoke
And
at
she
all. So
must
would
have
it
been
ever?
running from something because she went to Wisconsin, like,
Well, I'm not
um,
even that though. But like, just take her for example, as to the fact that where she hasn't talked, look how much people are looking right at her. So if Don was
right.
to shut up and not say anything, then he's definitely guilty. But then if he
Exactly.
opens his mouth and he says, "Well, this is where I was. This is every step I took," which hasn't
Because,
wavered from the beginning.
facts.
I went back and watched another channel, go back from the beginning and follow his story has not changed one bit. And I don't know where people are getting that. If you don't believe
No.
me, go look for it. You can see the timeline.
The only
Everything he
thing that's
said.
changed is the way these other creators feel about what Don's saying. Like, we've had
Yeah.
people that started out thinking that he was guilty, and now they think that he's innocent. And I think that's a beautiful thing. That's the power of what we are trying to preserve, is the fact that people who aren't necessarily bashing victims, but already have an opinion that Don is guilty, right? So
Yeah.
when you can eliminate that through what you say, advocating for due justice, all I want to know is, listen, if Don is guilty, he has my full support right now. But let's just say, in the event that
That
someone
he was.
else, right, that he was, man, guess what? I'm on his helmet now, because he's not a victim anymore. He's now a suspect that's been locked up. And that's just the way it is, right? So when you are someone that started out saying, oh, they're innocent, and then you come online and say, oh, now they're guilty. Well, what your mom told you to do was to, if you don't
Right.
have anything nice to say, don't say anything at
Don't
all,
say
right?
nothing at all.
So if you think he's guilty, just keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself, because what these statements turn into is something. I mean, some of these statements and some of these creators I've heard now talk of, YouTube's going to be subpoenaed, and not necessarily YouTube, but creators from YouTube will be subpoenaed, and comments will be subpoenaed. I believe that, because you actually have, you've got stepsisters, and you've got people, you got people that are tied to this thing, genetically and biologically, that are on here making statements that it's not that they shouldn't be making statements. It's just that you shouldn't be making statements here ever.
Well, and it
Right?
makes it make what I'm scared of, and we've talked about this. What I'm scared of is when you have so many people pointing at one person before there's even any facts or proof of something. It makes it a whole lot easier for law enforcement to have a fall guy.
Right. You know
And then
what this
that
is,
could be an
bro?
innocent person.
Absolutely. What this is, like, I know most of us in here, we've all played Clue, right? We get involved. We like murder mysteries, but this, like Clue was what, I guess, like a reality murder documentary. That's what Clue was when we didn't have it on TV in the 80s and the 90s and stuff. And so now we've got all this crazy access to Bill Curtis and A&E and First 48, that people, it's that same thing. It's like, instead of, see, this is like a virtual game. Did you know, like, you can pay like $75 a piece to go to a bar and grill and get involved in a murder mystery, and they take you around to different locations and they let you hands on and all that shit. Well, that's what this is, but people don't want to pay the $75 a piece, right? But
Yeah.
here, when you play for free, you're actually fucking up a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You're fucking up a whole lot of shit. There may be evidence that pops up that is sensitive in nature, that only needed to be heard by 12 people and 2 alternates, and the people in you know what I'm saying, in the courtroom. It doesn't
Yep.
need to be heard by all the scuzzballs on YouTube. And that's facts, right? Like
Facts,
if you,
totally.
bro, if you're not going to be on the fucking jury, like, you need to shut the fuck up. That's what you need to do. Like, you need to worry about solving some of the mysteries in your own life before you come on here and try to play Clue in Mr. and Mrs. Wells' life.
Well,
Like,
that's what the problem is with Mr. CM. When you come out, and that's why investigators keep things silent for a reason. That's why it is already.
you
It's
keep it
why
in a
they keep it
vacuum,
on the
bro.
hush
They know
hush.
that.
Yeah, and so when you got a guy like this coming in, and like you said from the beginning, disposing people, depositioning people, and in front of a whole community, you're messing up a whole trial. You're messing up a whole investigation. You're I mean, that's totally not fair. And
Man,
if
because
anybody,
what you got to ask yourself, and I'm sorry to interrupt, Cam, but what you got to ask yourself as flesh beings, human beings, like,
yeah,
if you were having a trial for something, would you want the whole world to know about the details of the case that you're getting ready
no,
to put into 12 people's hands that could fuck you forever or set you free?
right?
You
No, I
want to
would
keep
not.
that shit in a vacuum, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is America, but so, like, if you were to show up when the cops show up, and you were to be doing all the things that these creators were doing, hip to shoulder with, hip to hip and shoulder to shoulder with all these cops, they'd arrest you for obstruction.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
They would arrest you for obstruction. And you know what? If you went on the stand as an expert witness, or you were subpoenaed and you went on the stand and you were talking about this horse shit here, it would be perjury.
Well, Benny, let's make it real clear to everybody how quick
Perjury.
and easy it is to get an obstruction if you are in an area with the police. If you move your hand the wrong way, if you say
You're out of
that a
there.
police, you're out, that's an obstruction. If you move your hand away from an officer, or if you say
That's it.
something to interfere with what the cop is, and that's obstruction.
Bench
So
trial.
it's no different
Bench
online.
trial.
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bench trial, man. You don't fuck with no, exactly, Carly P. There you go. Fuck yeah. Bench trial. Trial by judge. Because you're not going to get it there. You're not going to get it there. And even then, like, I don't want to pollute a judge's. I don't know that the judge. I hope the judge doesn't watch any of this shit. Even
God
mine.
almighty.
Like, I hope he stays. I hope that's part of the contract to be a judge. You can't watch this shit, because let me tell you what, a judge, when he sequesters jurors, the first thing he says is, now, no talking to anybody else, not even with each other, right? You can watch some TV, you can get online, but no talking about this case with nobody. They don't even want you to affect or infect the person that sits to your left and to your right if you're on the jury.
Yeah.
It's called sequestering. They put
Me and my
everyone in a separate room. a separate hotel room. The only time they're together is for meals and for fucking the work they're there to do.
Let me tell you about this too, and this
Fuck a
goes
jury.
into
Fuck
this,
12.
right?
Fuck 12.
Well, even this, like even when the Alley interview and the H interview and all that, me and my wife put a name for the Leslie woman that's there. That's just random. That's called random bitches. She didn't even know she didn't even know Candace. She said, "Well, actually, I've never been up to her house. I don't know this and that." I mean, you're putting in people that have nothing to do with anything, and putting their putting their point of view across. And that's exactly why I said we're going to start calling them RBs, those random bitches, because they inserting themselves, injecting themselves into something they have no business being a part of.
That's it. See, now the algorithm says it's been seen almost, it's 3,800, almost 4,000 times. That's how many times people clicked on it and looked at it. I mean, come over here and look at like some of these comments, y'all. Like the comments that are here, man. These comments that are in here are so great. They're wonderful. There isn't not one person in here talking shit.
That's awesome.
Nobody. That's the scary part. That's the scary part, right? That's the scariest part to these people. Look at every person has multiple reasons why they sign it. Not every person, a lot of people. Hold on, let's post an update. Reached 500.
He's showing the petition and the comments on the petition. Everybody,
like 500 a day.
Mm-hmm.
X. All right. Payao. So, here we go. That's the update.
And people that were asking, I saw Benny answer on there about mine and Allison's channel. Benny's helping us. We're building stuff up. We're putting stuff together.
Yeah, you got to start with the software, and it's levels to it. So, anyways, Mike, where you at, bro? I thought you were coming up here. Lizzie, you want to come up?
This has been a good live too so far. This has been good.
It is going to be good. I'm going to get back to. I hope the gentleman doesn't strike me. Unsolved no more, sir. It's. I'm not. I'm using your video for educational purposes, not entertainment, and not criticism at all. I'm using it for educational purposes. So
everybody hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, hit that thumbs up when you fall in here. Grab that thumbs up. That's for sure. Hold on. Let me see here. Yeah, it's still up there, man.
I just got your update through my email just now.
Did you?
Yeah.
Payao, man. Push it. Keep pushing it. See?
Yep.
Keep pushing it, man. What is Benny showing? I can't see. One voice. It is the petition. I know you were already one
Somebody's
shot.
saying it's the wrong link, Benny, down there.
Where? Did I send the wrong one?
I think it goes.
Oh, that's. You sure?
That's what she said. I don't know.
No, I'm clicking it right here. You can see it. I'm clicking it from right here. Payao.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And then typing it in. That's the one, guys. So, let's go back to this guy for a minute. I want to,
Well, people, let everybody know they'll come in the backstage first, and then he'll let you in.
Right. You got to come in the backstage. It'll let me know that you're back there. So here we go.
I saw a more recent one. He had a PFA put against him by his wife and the little girl's mother.
He's just stating facts. That's it.
Being intoxicated, I mean, that is a red flag to me. And a gun. Could it mean nothing? Absolutely. Hundreds of thousands of people get intoxicated and have guns.
It's the country.
Smaller proportion of that have children that go missing. So maybe it's nothing. Again, stood out.
Somebody just popped in.
All right, cool.
Lizzie B. Savage did. Hold on.
Somebody said it was the petition link. Ghost Ninja, she said that it was the petition link that was showing up wrong for somebody.
Oh, gotcha. All right. What's up, Lizzie? You might have to change your microphone. There you go. I can hear you now.
The Savage.
What's up? Thank you, Jess. Thank you for signing. That's it, Christina. Everybody, I will throw this page away today, right? Or demonetize. You know, I mean, even the demonetization. You know, that's kind of, to me, kind of falls under that solicitation just a little bit, but you know, the exploitation of the jury, that's the problem, right? So what's up, Liz? You there?
She's having problems again.
Man, she's
Damn.
out there in Cali, man. It is like that sometimes. She is. Hey, chicken head. Cherry.
3-6 Mafia.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to this guy real quick for a minute. Now, again, what I like is he's only stating facts, right? Like he, you know, and I guess that as far as, like, you know, certain things, you know what to disregard and what not to, what's important and what's not. Like, you know, I mean, have we ever? I mean, there's a lot of us here that have, you know, been duck hunting or, you know, quail hunting or something, or you know, whatever, pigeon hunting, dove hunting, whatever, and you mess around and you know, you'll have a few beers and shoot some birds, right? So
Yep.
that's, you know, that's how I kind of, you know, not offset it but balance it out, right? Like, so a lot of people do it, right? So moving forward, I just want to continue on. What I like about the guy is his attention to just fact, right? Now, that's not to say that he won't have an opinion. I'm sure he does. But you see by the title right here, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's
What's
it in a
it say? I
nutshell.
can't really see it.
It says a real cold case detective's opinion.
A real
So
cold case detective.
when you say it like that, you can already interpret and infer, you know, with a pretty safe probability that this is going to be a little bit different
a certain somebody.
than other cold case detectives, right? So yeah. So let's do a little bit more.
What I was thinking about was, okay, let's look at the time of day. This happened around 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Still daylight out in a rural area. To me, it is possible that she was abducted.
Yep.
However, the possibility shrinks because of certain things. One,
we're not going to go into that part. We're not going to talk about why they shrink. But what you're hearing right there is that the reason why I feel like it's important to stop right there is because what I want to demonstrate to you is that this cop right here, I'm going to infer and interpret that he was a good cop because he made detective quick. Like, he doesn't look very old, right?
Do you know what area he's from?
I do, and I don't want to put it out there because I don't know if he. Yeah, I don't know if he puts it out there. I have his bio.
You care if I say something just about this area though? Because since I'm here,
absolutely, bro. Hello. Where'd you go, Cam? I think we lost Cam. strictly watching right now. Straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. Cam, I don't know what happened, Brody. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. I don't know what you got going, Brody. Call back in. Yeah, he's gonna call back in. He'll be right back. Hey, Mystic Firefly, how you doing, lovely? Sincerely, Emma. We're working into it. There's certain things that I've advised him to do before he just jumps on with having a channel. So he's going through those things right there. The dude on the screen is Unsolved No More. Man, go see about him. He's got 20,000 subscribers. So okay. Cam had to go take care of something real quick. He may or may not be back depending on the length of this. But is this going to be exploitation though? Yeah, I believe any talk publicly is exploitation. Even what I'm doing also. I don't know how, I'm not going to ignore it. Right. So the best thing that we can do is try to use the law against it. Right. Like, and that's what we're currently doing. So in the meanwhile, like, I want to just, preach, jury tainting and jury selection and things that affect, affect the due process, the conviction at the end, the how solid it is, right? Like we need to know that we can, we in America, look at how many people are falsely accused and are exonerated. Like, you hate to be the focus of something. Like, for instance, like it worries me a lot of times. I've had the FBI to my house behind the YouTube, behind Orrin and Orson West stuff. They came to my house, and it started out, them poking around about a few different reasons why they were there, and so the shit is real, right? Okay, Lizzie. All right. Give me just give me just a couple of minutes here. Yeah, we just hit 500, guys. I mean, forward the email to somebody that hasn't signed it, or forward the link. Whatever you got to do, show them we hit 500, right? Like, what's crazy is it lets me know how many people exactly. It lets me know how many people support, and then it also lets me know that when I see my videos and they got more views than just. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, man. We want 500 a day. We want 500 a day. I have been through hell. That's facts. That is facts. And there's no end. There is no end. Let me tell you that. There's absolutely no end to this stuff. Absolutely no end in sight either, right? Like, what are they going to do? Absolutely no end. What can they do? Right? Like, what can they do? I want them to have options, but unfortunately, they don't have no options. Who we got here? Oh, it's me, myself. Yeah, man. So it's whatever. Oh. So, anybody else want to come up, guys? Come on up. 33 calls. Yeah. Yep. 33 of them. Facts. 33. I couldn't make it up. I sure couldn't. I couldn't make it up. Got changed while you dizzy. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So I guess that's really I wanted to just kind of raise some awareness to this guy here, the Unsolved No More. I think that he's doing some really cool stuff, man. You know, like what can you can't say anything bad about the guy, that's for sure. Oh, so 33 calls. Like, yeah, man, to CPS. Yeah, hold on, guys. Yeah. See, that was called a handoff. I'm going to go have a cigarette. Smash the thumbs up, guys. As you heard last night in Voices Behind the Wall, she asked Don a question that I had, politely asked her. I was like, ask him, what does the next 6 months look like? I wanted to know, how positive he still was. And I have a short fuse, I don't know how many, I don't know how long Don's fuse is, but seemingly he has an enormous fuse. I can't, like they're just, I've heard a lot of people say, yeah, he's, what does it take to make him snap? Like, why would you want to see that man snap? Benny, did you see the video of the Jamie guy? Yeah. You know what? I don't know enough about that situation to speak on it, Brandy, because I heard a lot of different things about that. Thank you, Honest Rach. So this fella, Unsolved No More. He started by the reason. Back to that. I stopped right there at that portion because the reasons why there are red flags, I think everybody knows what those are. But the fact that the very first thing that he said is he doesn't have to say, well, I know they're innocent before they're guilty. It's just kind of in him, right? Like it's not on him, it's in him. It's ingrained in him, right? I think that there should be this feeling of a conflict of interest, right? Yeah, and you know what? People say because he's calm, Dancing Moon, that there's got to be. Hey, Aussie, that there's got to be, that there's got to be more to it, right? He won't snap. What do we got to do to make him snap? We want to see the real Don. We want to see what he actually looks like. Maybe this is what he looked like when he was taking Summer. Like they want something to compare. They want to see that. They got to see Don out of his character, and I applaud that, brother. I applaud him for keeping your fucking cool, dude. I don't know. Like I think that it would. There's no way if he was a suspect at this point, man, he'd be a shivering bitch. Every time he came online, he'd be a shivering bitch. And you'd see it in his verbiage and the cadence of his verbiage. You're not hearing him saying, well, what did it, like he's not doing that, right? He's telling you cut and dry, walking you through it, right? Like what about that do you need to sensationalize? Right? Like this is actually, remember guys, because like I said before, people want to treat it like it's Clue. Hey Cam, if you're back up, just give me a minute, man. I'm outside on the cigarette. And you know what people don't seem to understand is you got guys like DB, the guy that lives up there by Gatlinburg or wherever that is. You want to know what he's doing that's so fucking damaging is that he's bringing all of this certain kind of media right there, right? Like you're his people, Don. You're like basically countrymen. You're statesmen, right? You're supposed to stand in the gap for your statesmen, man. Come on now. Put it together for your statesmen, bro. Facts, right? Like little kids, let me tell you what, man. A little kid will fall asleep upside down, hanging from one ankle. Like falling asleep on a jug of milk, that ain't shit. Come on now. You've seen kids fall asleep in bathtubs. Like, you know, you see them on the internet all the time. Look, he's going to fall asleep. Look. Or at the dinner table. I got a couple of videos of my son about to bust his head on the table, falling asleep because he didn't want to eat his vegetables. Come on, man. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah. We're being chill, Mystic. And you know, that's the thing. It's hard to be chill when I feel like, and I ain't no fortune teller. I'm just well versed in you know, in the criminal justice system, right? Like I'm a jailhouse attorney. I'm a jailhouse judge. I could tell you what's going to happen in those cases. Like it be super right, spot on, right? Like it depending on what I know about your past too. Like it's, you know, when you go somewhere and you're around a bunch of other people that are doing certain things and you're all corralled places, you can see the trend of what, you know, the hand down is, stuff like that, right? I sure hope Unsolved accepts my invitation to just come on and talk about due process and how these things, you know, how all of this affects everything, right? So we got Cam in the house. Sorry, Cam, here you come. Talk to me, brother.
All right. No, before I got off here, y'all say a prayer for Allison, man. She's going through something. She's upset and crying, but that's why I had to jump off here. But like I was saying when you were out there, man, I live here. Even though the temperature said 78, it was so humid outside that day. It was pulling the sweat out. If there was some cold milk to lay on, damn, I'd go to sleep on it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And what I was going to say before I get off here, before I got off here, like around here, there's no city areas and stuff for abductions. Everybody lives in the country. It's few and far between. It's wide open unless you live right in the middle of the towns around here. It's not a city. Even though Johnson City's called a city, it's not a city. Kingsport is just a big town that's stretched out across a lot of acres. And you know, I don't know. It's just I don't find it. I guess the rest of the world would find it hard to believe with where she lived. But if that stuff's going to happen around here, that's really their only option is to do something like that.
Right.
An offender would have to go up onto a property or hide in the woods and stuff like that. Right. But I'll let you go. I'll let you keep on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. You're cool, dude. You're cool. Hold on. It's that's the thing. Share. Let me.
Thanks, guys.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, that's crazy. People reporting the chat or the petition. Like, come on, dude.
They're reporting it.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
They just got goons. I don't like the word troll because, you know, I just call them goons.
That's the word for them.
Yeah, man. They're like YT goons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Who is Natasha? Recline with Natasha.
Honest Rage, Rogersville, born and raised. Do you not agree with
Rogersville
about the area?
In the house? Hey, come up here for a minute.
Yeah, she should come up here too.
Come up here for a minute. Benny, do you know AK and Gonzo? They worked the Suzanne Morphew case. Chris M is attacking them too. Well, he ain't attacking me. I hate to hear that for Gonzo and AK. I don't know them guys, but he ain't attacking me about nothing. Who is Natasha? Natasha who?
Somebody
Copy.
said something about the swap of the red Subaru, and I don't know nothing about that. But the man never said he couldn't afford the Subaru. He said he had a $600 bill. It's sitting out in the parking lot. Nobody's driving it. Why not drive it?
That's it.
He never said he couldn't afford it.
That's it. Clearly, he can afford it and leave it sit without driving it.
Right. Right. He's a subcontractor. He makes money off it. He bids on jobs.
Hell yeah. You better get your shit together thinking he don't, that he can't make something happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the real deal. Hold on, guys.
Okay.
Text messages being issued to residents until 11:20 that night.
I guess that there's the new issue with I had seen it. It's the issue with the little Vaughn boy, Michael Vaughn. And that's a real
Honest Rage said it's another world. She said she's eating with her youngins right now. She can't come on.
Gotcha. No worries. No worries. Eating supper.
All right. It is about that time, isn't it? 3:55 here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel my stomach growling too. Let me just go through.
I'm eating a Slim Jim.
Hold on. Let me kill this for a minute. What I want to bring in a little bit of this right here. All right. Is everyone familiar with what ad hominem is?
Yep, that was good stuff. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure. I want to make sure that everyone knows what ad hominem is.
Yeah, go over that again. Do just the definition.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So ad hominem. This is what you're seeing right now. Ad hominem. It's an adjective. Adjective of an argument or reaction directed against a person rather than the position they are maintaining. So that's like saying, for instance, Chris M. He said, "Oh, Benny's a dopehead." Yeah, Benny used to be a dopehead. He sure did 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But you're not saying that what I'm saying about what you're doing to this case is wrong.
Exactly.
They forget that part, right? The ego kicks in full blast, and they forget the actual reason why they don't like you. So,
because he says that that's just a tactic to discredit you amongst other people.
It's a way in a way that is directed against a person rather than the position they are maintaining. We are maintaining over here that the Wells are innocent until proven guilty. Right now, they're still innocent. Today, right now at 3:57, they're fucking innocent, right? So you have to treat them accordingly. And I think the other people, they're like, I sent them to jail, these people on YouTube, they don't even want you to have, fucking bread and water. They want you to sleep on that slab, on the floor, and they don't want you to eat. And they want to starve you out. Like there's some real fucking animals online, and it's not even like,
there's nobody that can deny that you're an intelligent person. And just same with, I'll go and tell everybody right now, I have a background. I was a former, I guess not a former. We're all, I guess, if you're a drug addict, you're a drug addict.
If you're alive.
But I used common sense and reformed my life, became a certified substance abuse counselor, and changed my life. So any people that have the mindset that people can't change, that's dead wrong. When you look at, I don't know. You can have intelligence and have a past. Just Absolutely. Because, it's just the thing is, though, people that go out and attack other people, over their past. It's just people that hadn't been caught for what the shadiness they do behind their third life. Because wasn't it that CM said the other night? Everybody have 3 lives: their
That's it.
public life, their home life, and then their secret life.
Right.
Well, he said everybody, so nobody's just caught on to his or the other people out here that want to attack people and throw the finger and say, oh, but he is this way and he is that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Shit, yeah. Look at what I've got. Look at what I've got highlighted right now. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Profiling
does.
with Pat. She's doing the doo-wop on Robert Durst. I followed the Robert Durst case when it popped up on the damn the HBO, the Jinx. That dude is a smart guy, man. Robert Durst. He's super smart. He got away with a lot of shit, dude, for a long time. He wasn't smart enough, but he was pretty smart. Murder is one of those things you can't really use money. Like, people are actually scared of going to prison and shit, right? But check out what I have highlighted right here, right? Like, hold on. Check that out, dude.
What does that say? I can't see it. Go ahead and read it out.
Well, you can read what it says, but what it says
How to get
isn't
out of jury
actually
duty.
like what it. Okay, so how to get out of jury duty. Now that is funny, right? Like, look at this chick. She's a very attractive, 50 something, 55 something. She's trendy. She's online. She got a channel. She's getting views. But what she's telling you what she's essentially telling you what to say. It says here things not to say. So to get out of jury duty, what does that mean? What, to anybody in here, what does that mean? How to get out of jury duty? It's what to say, how to lie.
To get out, yeah, when you're supposed to be an honest
How
person.
are you going to come into the court and lie to get out of jury duty?
That's insane.
Now, what she needs to do is make a video talking about how to get on a jury duty, because that's equally as dangerous. Now, this scenario here, it is benign to a sense, to a degree, right? Because these are people that would rather not be included in the proceedings of a court trial, right? They would rather not be a juror, right? Now, what's fucked up about that is if you say that shit and they know you don't want to be a part of it, guess what? For one particular side or another, you might start looking like a viable juror, right? Because you could be that one that's, that one. You could be that one, right? That could turn the whole thing over or you know what I mean? Like, so you've got somebody that's like, oh, fuck, honey, I didn't want to be on this trial. Now I'm on this trial. Like, I just want it to be over with. Like, what would you do to someone's life in their criminal trial to get a fucking jury done that you don't want to be on?
Right.
What would you do? You'll send somebody to the sodomites. That's what you do.
Yep.
And you'd make them fight off sodomites for 25 years before the technology changes, and then we can cut them loose. Look at this clown ass chick. Look at that shit. Look at that,
Yeah.
man. That's some sick ass shit, man.
It is.
What is this? How to get out of jury duty, man? Come on now.
So you're basically lying when you're chosen, when they're sending saying you're enough. Because believe me, they don't send you a letter in the mail for jury duty if you're a felon or anything like that. So they're
Fucking
saying,
right.
"How you're an upstanding citizen. We want
Fucking
you to
right.
sit on a trial or on a jury and weigh in and pretty much choose this man's fate or this woman's fate." And but you would choose to lie out it. So we already know that you're going to be you're sending a lie right before this when you're doing a video.
That's it. And so, essentially, bro, what it boils down to is if you get picked for a jury you don't want to be on,
Yeah.
there is no hurrying it up, right? Now, you could do things like break some of the judge's rules in order to be kicked off. That's not really the way you want to do it, though, because if he feels like it's in direct um, dereliction of what you've been chosen to do civically, he'll lock your bitch ass up. But now, the way that you can hurry up and get a trial done when you don't want to be there as a juror is to go with whatever the public opinion is with the other 11 people,
Right.
whatever that is, right? Because if you're getting ready to cut somebody loose and you know it that needs to be locked up, fuck are you doing, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're in there and they're like, yeah, we think he's guilty, and you hold the key, but you know that your sensibility and your the way you look at nonsensical shit is gonna be the thing that drags this thing on, because you're gonna pull a string that could open up something to send this man home, but because you want to be laying in the bed with whatever, or you want to be out doing this or whatever, or you got a wedding coming into town or whatever, or you got a big fucking thing you got to do. And if this drags over, it's really going to damper your career, right? So if a jury trial goes over and somebody misses, the opportunity to talk to a CEO that's a billionaire and get the leg up in life, but instead they were on this jury, like, this shit happens.
And address this, Benny. Address this. And we're not sitting here saying that everybody. There are surely the people in the system. I've been to the system. You have that people that deserve to be in the system. That basically, there's a lot of guilty people, but there is people that
man, fuck yes.
Yes, exactly. That's what.
Fuck yes.
And I want to correct something I misspoke on earlier. I saw it in the comments. I'm not saying everybody is an addict. When I went through my change and became a certified substance abuse counselor, I told everybody, if you have changed your life, because I used God helped me through everything I did. I'm a new creation in Christ. I don't claim that addiction anymore. So I did misspeak by saying that. But I just wanted to make that clear. I saw that. But go ahead, Ben. I didn't mean to.
No, I mean, it's guess what? If there wasn't really a problem with whom, like, the whole objectivity of a jury trial is to get a group of 12 people that they'll represent to you as your peer, and almost synonymously across the board. If you've ever been on the inside, you'll always hear people say, man, it was a bunch of old ladies and old men. They were not my peers. Like, the ideal of putting peers of your age on the jury the ideal of it initially was to be able to present a jury to you that knows about the situational and the cultural struggles of people your age.
And that are not involved in law enforcement.
No, like, exactly. Yeah. Right. So you've got to be able to pick a panel of people. Like, we can't even on YouTube pick a panel of 12 fucking people that will all agree synonymously. Now, if that's going on YouTube, the real world is a direct reflection of that. So this is a fucking mess. Right? Like, it just is. It's a real mess. And now, I wanted to just I've been wanting to show people that video, not even just that one, but just a video of someone saying, this is what you do to get out of jury duty. Well, holy shit. Guess what?
I've never
thing it takes to get out of a jury duty is almost the same thing it takes to be put on one that you shouldn't be at.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, imagine in Hawkins County, for instance, there's families around there in that area, like the Lights and the Dykes family. They've got large numbers in their family. So imagine trying to pull a jury in an area where, people have been settling in this county for 200 years. And there's the potential that you send out jury summons and, two or three people get it. They got the same last name as the person that's in jail or on trial. Right?
Jeffrey Salvador said, can he call in?
All sorts of difficulties when it comes to picking juries, right? And they make it such an intricate process because they know once everyone agrees on the jury that we've selected, that's it. You hand
Hey,
it over
Benny,
now, right?
Jeffrey
Like now
Salvador
your
wants to
life
call
in
in.
that defendant's chair, like your life is in the balance now. And it should never, like Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, they should never have been things that it could even pressure the chance that somebody loses their life. Now, in the same respect, someone did have an intelligent comment, and they said, "Well, Benny, what if something from YouTube exonerates someone?" And I said, "Damn, that was like the best question I had been asked in a long time. What if YouTube actually exonerates somebody?" And I kind of looked into it, and I didn't really see a whole bunch of stuff where YouTube necessarily exonerated anyone per se, but there was a case out of California where a young man, it's on Netflix. It's called A Long Shot. And what it was a young man that was misidentified and put into a lineup, I believe, for a murder drive-by. And he was selected. And come to find out, his whole defense is, so he sits in jail 2 years waiting on trial, right? And the whole time they're thinking, like, if they've got enough for me to be here, like, I'm going to prison forever. So come to find out, the suspect, he remembers that while he was at the ballpark, they were shooting a portion to some sort of, I think it was a Larry David or some
Jeffrey,
sort of,
go up in the chat. The link's in there, and you can get on.
there was some sort of comedy show. Actually, it was Seinfeld. A portion of Seinfeld was being taped, and they actually got this guy on camera, right? So this Larry David, he's a producer. He was in the shot. He hears, oh my goodness, this guy's saying he's on the footage. So they reach out to him and see, and they end up finding this young man on the footage, and he's exonerated. And that's really like the only case that I could see where the media had exonerated someone from a bad situation.
Hey,
But,
Benny, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Jeffrey wants the link so he can call in. Jeffrey Salvador on here.
Who's Jeffrey Salvador?
He's down here at the bottom. He's asking for the link so he could call in.
Okay, hold on.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't.
All right, there's the link.
Go ahead with what you were saying. That was good.
I don't even know what I was saying. Hold on, we got somebody else down here. Hey, Caleb, turn your camera on, bro.
Who?
Caleb. What's up, Aussie?
There you go.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, let me see your face, Caleb. Sorry, bro. Call back in, man. Jeffrey, show your face,
Cam,
bro.
I just wanted to quickly introduce myself to Cam.
Oh, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro? Appreciate you. You can turn
I'm
your camera
good.
back off if you want to.
Hey man, what's up? How you been, Benny?
Hey, how you doing, Jeffrey?
Man, homie, I've been trying to keep away from YouTube for a minute, right? But every time I go on there, homie, I feel like throwing up. Homie, all these other YouTubers coming up with some crazy ass videos, basically just milking this shit. That's fucked up.
It's bad right now, bro. It's bad.
I mean, you got that Molly Go Cloutly. She used to be a bar flying. She used to be a bar flying Vegas, and now she's over here supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
There's some bad characters, you know. I mean, I can't say that I don't have a past that has a criminal connotation to it too, but you know, I mean, You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not talking about that, but you're not out here trying to exploit these
no,
fucking cases. Well,
correct,
that's a difference. Oh, I got a
correct.
criminal past that goes all the way till I was 18, but I'm not out here trying to scam people from their, for that's just sad, man.
It is, bro, because you want to know what? Let me tell you this, guys. There's a lot of people in America that are on fixed incomes. And there's a lot of people in America that are on fixed incomes and they have huge accessible heartstrings that can get pulled by people online, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't like it's nice that I can do the restream because I don't have the option for people to super chat me, right? Like I'm not building this off the back of a 5-year-old child or any children. What I'm trying to do is we want to get some laws changed in regards to children's cases. And when we
Yeah.
get that done, I'll stop, right? I'm quitting after that, right? Like I came here to do that. And when that's done, it's a wrap, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
it's
you
just a
doing,
big.
Aussie? Aussie must be
Yeah.
under
Oh, no, I'm good. I've only just woken up, so I'm a little bit slow. You guys are all in like mid-morning woken up mode, and I'm still waking up. So
Yeah, Aussie, I wanted to hear what you had to say to me. What you were saying.
oh yeah, just I had some suggestions to like help you word the petition,
Yeah.
and because I've done a couple of petitions to government, but obviously in Australia, not in America. So
Right.
there were just a couple of things that we needed to sort of iron out with that, and I sent Benny a copy. He might forward a copy to you. But maybe that we should be like working a little bit more on wording. If we want more people to sign it,
Okay.
we kind of need to have a couple of goals. So
Okay.
so I just wanted to like help you guys like work out how the petition works and what change.org actually does so that you understand how your petition needs to look.
Right. Okay, yeah, we'll take care of that. Yeah.
Hey, Benny, real quick before I let you go on, I almost got my 150 back from Doug the night before last, homie.
Are you kidding, man?
I almost had him, homie. He started. He was going through red lights again, man. And I didn't want to chase him all that much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm right here in Bakersfield, right? And he was with the same little like African American broad that he picked up on Union Avenue. You know, that's where all the the working girls work at. And then and she was banging on the window like she got all scared. She probably thought someone was gonna blast him or something. But man, I'm gonna get them 150. I'm gonna get them 150.
150, bro.
Yeah, all right, bro.
All
hey,
right,
you take care.
bro.
God bless you, bro.
Yes,
all right.
Bro. All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's my boy Jeffrey. I remember
I don't even want to know.
I was like, oh yeah, that's Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey got some money took by another YouTuber he was supposed to be sending it to me. And it didn't come to me. So anyways.
Benny, there's a message from one of the mods about Gonzo being here.
Gonzo.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's welcome to come up. I got no problem. That'd be awesome. I've heard nothing but good things about him since today. Man, we're really just up here on that. We're just up here kicking the shit about, jury nullifications and, everybody knows I'm big on that because I've had to sit looking at some fucked up juries in my life. So it's imperative that people have the knowledge, right? When you're staring down the barrel of something like this, it's probably a really good idea to try to get some focus and some clarification on who the judge is, potentially that you're gonna sit in front of, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna pick a jury trial in Hawkins County. I would never do it. Never, ever, ever. So now you're at the mercy of a judge. So, I don't know anything about the judges there, but.
Well, I'm just scared, like we were talking about earlier about the, I was going to make an example, even the Morphew case, that judge has thrown out everything and not let anything come up. I'm not saying that would be the same here, but just because of all the attention and everything, he's already seen everything.
Right.
So,
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. No, I get it. Let's pop up over here real quick and let's take care of this. So, Aussie, you still there?
I am.
All right.
Sure am.
Let's go to my petition here.
Okay, so the first thing you need to know about change.org is they actually email the decision maker. So remember I was saying when you were signing it all up, I kept saying, no, you got the decision maker wrong. Because it was just giving
right here.
Yeah, it was just giving you it was just giving you hashtags, and what you need to do is have an email address in there and their name and stuff like that. So
And you've sent me some of that, right?
I've sent you some contacts to get hold of because there's no particular emails there yet. So because they're in your country, you need to contact them and ask for them. Yeah. So I think the Office of Victims of Crime is probably a good one to go to because they're connected to the DOJ. And so if you have a contact, if you put one of them down as the I don't have an email for you. You need to have the person's name and their email address. So what happens is when change.org gives you a goal, like, right now it's at try to reach 500. Every time you reach a goal, they email your person that your decision maker. They email them and say, here's petition again. So you've missed the first, 3 goals of it being sent out to your decision maker because you didn't have any email in there.
Well, Office of Victims of Crime.
So, yeah. The thing with the Office of Victims of Crime is that they are not only connected to the DOJ as decision makers on what they can do to help you with getting Summers Bill put into place, but they're also advocates. They also have a public awareness program, which is what Benny was talking about very earlier, about doing some sort of course in the public awareness program so that the public is aware of different things. And then that also gives us some more stuff to put into our petition about, what it is that we want to say to them specifically. And like I have a couple of points here if Benny wants me to read them out. Do you want me to read them out, Benny?
Sure.
Well, first of all,
man, where's the email?
The email I sent you?
No, for these people.
Well, that's what I said. You got to contact them through the media link.
Gonzo, we'll have your link in a minute to come up.
Who is it?
I don't know. That Gonzo dude wants to come up.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have one more. Here you go, Gonzo. There you go. You would think you could just find it right here, right?
Well, there's only a media link and a general contact link. There's no name or anything. So that's why you have to contact them to find out who is the officer that takes care of the public awareness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a division that, like, the Office of Victims of Crime is actually broken down into divisions of different people who handle different stuff. You need the name of the person who handles the public awareness program, because that's probably where I would aim for in getting Summers Bill through. And I also sent you, Benny, the what was the bill? Let me just scroll back and have a look in our conversations. I sent you a bill that they actually have passed in the name of a victim. And I'll just read it out to you so you can see what it is that we would aim to do. It's called Code Adam. So they've already passed this bill, and it's now part of the Office of Victims of Crimes program. So Code Adam is a program named in memory of Adam Walsh, and it's designed to help businesses and other establishments ensure that they have safety protocols in place to respond quickly and effectively to situations involving a missing child.
Mhm.
It is now one of the largest child safety protocols being implemented in tens of thousands of establishments across the nation and provides critical guidance to employees on how to handle reports of missing children on the premises.
How you doing, Mr. Gonzo?
How's it going, guys?
What's up,
Thanks for
buddy?
joining us, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been checking you guys out for a little while now. You guys are doing the right things. Looks
Thank you,
good.
sir. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
So tell us what are you involved in?
So there
in
you
this
go.
case, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been injected into the Summer Wells case here recently. I got my daughter in the background here.
No worries.
And I've been following up on what you guys are working on, and it's looking good. I think you guys are doing the right things for the right reasons here. It's looking good.
Thank
Awesome,
you,
man. Thank you.
man. Thank you. So what's your take, Gonzo? I mean, what do you think, man? Like your heart of hearts. What do you feel is going on, man?
Absolutely. Well, so I came out from the Suzanne Morphew case.
Okay.
Got a couple hundred man hours on that, boots on the ground. I'm out of Wyoming, but I work out of Colorado for the most part. And I've been on the Echo Lloyd case, the Chris Watts case, the Kelsey Barrett case, all over the country here. Yeah. But yeah, I reached out and we got in with Don and Candace to reach out to offer search and rescue and recovery services. And I went out this last week and touched down with the Wells family. I was well received in the area. Yeah, from Kingsport to Jonesburg to Rogers. Yeah, I mean the whole area is crazy. It's gnarly. The terrain is vast. It's sketchy. But I was well received by Don and Candace and family at the property. I go in with 180 degree different approach than guys like Chris McDonough, of course.
Absolutely.
I don't go poking a camera in people's faces. I take everything in. I have an open mind and an open heart to the humanity of people. These people are up against it, and you know that. I mean,
yeah, they really are, man. That's absolutely right. And I live here too, and I've been talking about maybe trying to just help out with property and stuff, maybe help with a cleanup, something.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
that's important.
What it's about, man.
It is. You know, Don and Candace didn't have to reach out to me and open their home and their property to me, but they did in the hopes that I can help them out, check some boxes that local law enforcement, TBI, and FBI might not be able to get to or haven't done. My approach was, hey, Don, Candace, what are they missing? What are they not looking at? Where can we go from here? And I went solo on this one. I have a small team of researchers.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a trip to say the least. And these guys are painted public enemy #1, of course. And I've been kind of catching up on your guys' content. I didn't know much about you guys, and it's looking really, it looks like you guys are doing the right things. And I'm just excited to see people speaking out and wanting to do this stuff correctly.
They don't like the way that it sounds a lot of times, and for me, like I've said before, I use my mouth as a qualifier. Like if you can get past the F word and you can get past me hollering at the camera sometimes, like I'm for you because I'm for summer. Where everyone here is for summer.
Absolutely.
And we created the petition, bro, and they keep reporting it on the Facebook. Like that's what they've done for summer today, Gonzo. What they've done is they've reported a petition in her name. Like that's a beautiful thing, I guess, right? Like what we've done for her this week is created a petition and given some hope back to the family, Gonzo. Like
that's it.
Yeah, man, that's all you could ever hope to do here. And I wish that all of this would be inaccessible, right? Like kids'
Yeah.
cases, what we need nationwide. Like I've had arguments with people about the amount of information they put into an actual Amber Alert, right? There's certain
Yes.
things you don't need to have as the public and as vicious public. Like some of these Amber Alerts could be scaled way back in the information that they give and still be mucho effective.
So true. So true.
So
Yeah.
that's
Can
a
I-
case by case study too, though. A case by case situation. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was
Yeah.
going to ask him. Did you catch the theory we put together the other night, me and my wife?
I didn't. I've just been trying to catch up with you guys, so I've been on the Morpheus side of things for so long that I'm trying to catch up and see what everybody's saying and what everybody's trying to do. So forgive
there
me.
was just somebody that I was trying to there was public record that me and my wife had put together that pointed at that somebody that, I mean, there's red flags all over the place, and I just didn't know if you go back and look at that, and if you talk to them again, see if if that goes anywhere.
In regard, Gonzo, in regards to Jackie Dobbs, sir.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Are
absolutely.
you familiar with him?
I am. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a take on him that you would share publicly, or no? If not, I completely understand.
Not too much right now.
Cool.
My main goal and my main business proposal for Don and Candace was the search and rescue side of things.
Okay, cool.
And that's kind of where I came in. I told them it was never about the witch hunt, and they believe that, and I believe that. That's not for us to know. For me, anyway, as a boots on the ground guy. But mine's to come in and check any boxes that are going to help out. Don gave me his theories, and I think a lot of them hold a lot of weight. From Tony Hammonds and to a couple local players there in the area. That mountain is Chimney right across the way is dense. It's deep, it's dark, and it's vast. Myself and Don took a ride, and we looked at local crack houses, junkyards, junk houses, abandoned properties. I mean, there's a whole world over there that we don't know.
Are you
It's
seeing
for sure littered with just, it's all over the place. Even the map they were talking about with the registered offenders, they're all over that.
It's insane.
It's
insane.
And basically what we did on the Dobbs theory wasn't to just single him out. It was just to show everybody, look, there's other players involved that you can't totally point at Don and say, oh, there's your guy right there. There's so much weird stuff with that.
You're right, and I will go back in and backfill and catch up on that, because I'm definitely interested. And I think just going to the area, getting a lay of the land, getting an idea of just how dense and dark that area is. I mean, there's trouble at every corner, and we got to know that. I just think people can get out. What I've always said, and this happened
Look
really
at this,
big with
guys.
the Morphin.
Sorry, Gonzo. Where are they in regards to Kingsport? North, south, east, west? Oh, right here.
Yeah, it's like 15, 20 minutes out of Kingsport.
Churchill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here in Churchill, look at this, guys.
It's insane.
There's
Benny,
That's where I live.
I'll just point out.
I live, Benny.
Is it?
Churchill, yeah.
Benny, I'll just point out that there's also 42 properties up for sale in that area. So there's a lot of people coming in and out. It's not like
you could have people squatting on this land, Aussie, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I saw them. I mean, firsthand, first case. It could be anything. It could be anyone. It's
good for you, man. God bless you for what you're doing. That's awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I came back to Wyoming. I have a few things to take care of, and I'm going to be back out in the area here in the next week or so.
Okay.
It's been pretty positive. You never know what you're going to get till you get boots on the ground. I've got a good lay of the land, and a good rapport with some of the locals. I've stepped off from Kingsport to the property, to the Warriors Park area, all of it. And let's just say, you know, I think the biggest thing that I can see that you guys are doing great is, you know, how this small town gossip gets looked at under a microscope and then exponentially grown through the rumor mill all over the world now.
All over the world, on the other side of the world.
Yep.
And
I
there
heard
it
somebody
is.
said that this case popped up somewhere in a province in China.
Oh, absolutely. I don't
They're
doubt it.
talking about it on their media. Yeah.
I told Dawn, I said, you've went from, you know, third or fourth in true crime straight to the top. And I said, if you're drinking a Mountain Dew and you say on accident that you drink a Pepsi, they're going to tear you apart.
Hell
the
yeah, they
truth.
want to check. They want to check your piss.
Exactly. So I think one thing that I did tell Dawn, I said, I'm just glad that you're standing upright and have pants on right now. That shows a strength that you're willing to stand in the pocket and fight for yourself. And I know you're not perfect, and he knows that. And
Look at this, guys.
let's do it.
This is so. Where is he at in relation? If you can see this, Gonzo, where is he at in relation to this to Beach Creek? He's right in here, right?
Yep.
It's,
Yep. He's right in
zoom
the
in
middle
on
of Beach. Yep. He's right on the first holler there, on Beach Creek in the first
This him right
turnout.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, that's him. That's him.
Yep. That driveway there, you got to put it in 4-wheel drive to get up to the left side of that driveway. And when I came up, they knew I was coming, but still, you never know what you're going to get. And it's not like you can get to the top of that hill and say, oh, I thought this was Tom Smith's place, and turn around.
You're in there.
Yeah.
Well, I
in
was
it.
going to tell you, when you come back down, I just want to extend a hand. If you need somebody local near there to help with anything like cleanup or anything, holler out
Absolutely.
at us.
Absolutely.
I can get some trucks together and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and just to back on that, Benny, we need to get in contact with Gonzo with emails and stuff, because I could do with some help with research as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a small team as well. I come from a Hope Rocks Foundation. I just left, and we had a missing case in South Fork, Colorado that we helped clean up, and we've been working Morphew for the last year.
What's the name of your organization, Gonzo?
It is called HopeRocks.org.
Hope Rocks.
And ROX. But I just recently left there. One of my coworkers had a big battle back and forth with Chris McDonough, of course. And yeah, you might hear about it. And I don't do that.
We heard about it already.
Yeah, there you go. I don't. Right there, and there was some other things that allowed me to kind of do my own thing. I've been working in true crime for about 12 years, and I don't do that side of the Twitter wars and this and that. Yeah, I'm here for search, rescue, recovery, and small research. And let's go. Let's find these people. Let's give some closure, some voices to the voiceless.
What is this road right here?
Oh,
is this on his property, like just a fire lane, or is that?
That's actually Ben Hill.
Okay.
And it goes down deep into that holler there. And me and Dawn actually ran down that holler all the way to the end.
It goes down like this through the woods. Oh, I see it now. Yep.
It's scary back there. There's a couple good drug houses back there, and
in here.
Yep.
Yeah. At the very end.
It's dense. It's deep. It's dark. It's ugly, and it's unfortunate that people live that way.
Oh, look at them back in there.
And I mean, and like from my experience of living back there, there's people, they pull up. There's no, it's like people, like at the beginning, law enforcement took them a long time to get out there. They're not out there normally riding around. People pull off on the side of the road to do their drugs. People do. I mean, it's just like free for all. It's wild, wild west out there sometimes.
It sure is.
Let me ask you, Gonzo. While you were out there, did you see a heavy police presence?
Absolutely not.
That's what I already know. That's I know.
Nope. This search is bullshit.
It's done.
There is no signage in the Beach Creek, Ben Hill Road area that says anything about a missing girl. It's ugly. I told Don himself, I said, what can we do to get some more awareness right here? because your neighbors don't even, you know, barring the initial searches, they don't know what the hell's going on.
Gonzo, me and Benny have
Damn.
been talking about this from the beginning. If it's because I feel like, this is my opinion, that if
Yep.
they would have had money, there would have been a lot more help come to them. If they were of a higher
Absolutely.
class, and if they're wanting to sweep this under the rug and make it go away.
Well,
Basically.
you know, what's strange about that dynamic is that you know, a lot of these nonprofits that get involved after bad tips burn up everything that could have been.
Yeah.
You bring in the nonprofits, and then a lot of these nonprofits, of course, you know, they have a success rate. I'm not going to say they don't, but what they're missing is funding.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so it's like when they have a good year, when there's a good year in funding, what that means is that there's money from the search before to pay for the search you're headed to now.
We call that funded forward crowdsourcing.
That's it.
Off the top of that, and that can work, but that model's got to stay true, and
It
you
does.
know that.
It does. And that's what we're looking at now, is that you know, that's why I wanted to ask Gonzo, was there an active police presence? Because there's not. They've told the nonprofits they can't come out. So essentially, there is no search going on, not a physical search. Now, that I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but when you stop seeing the physical search, what that eludes to me is that they know more that's going on, and that it's not, you know, that it's out of grasp physically right here where you're seeing it. It's an online deal now. It's an online chase.
Well,
100%.
They also said that, I mean, and this is the words of Chris McDonough. Well, it's law enforcement, but it's also the parents' job to pump the money out. Like John Walsh went and started America's Most Wanted. Not everybody's got the kind of income to go start a show and start. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yes.
I mean, I just think that's ridiculous. If you don't have the money to put into it, to go out and put up a huge billboard everywhere down Interstate 81, all the way through then who else is going to do it for you?
That's true. That's the battle right there, and that's kind of what I've seen working these true crime cases all over the country. Is I'm seeing it more and more where people are saying these words. That sounds like what happened in my community. That's what's going on in my area on a missing person. Or, you know, if you don't have the skin in the game and the capital to put up the smoke show, you're up against it again. Yep. Yeah, it's true. Absolutely. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. It makes and people want to. A lot of comments are pointed at us. Well, this is disgusting. I mean, what y'all are doing when you're attacking people before any evidence of anything comes in, that's pretty disgusting. It makes my stomach turn to watch the vile things that you can sit behind a keyboard and say.
Yes,
but
true.
I mean,
let me ask you, Gonzo, real quick.
Facts.
What do you think about? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was
facts.
just agreeing with Gonzo.
Oh, okay, Gonzo. Let me ask you a question real quick, because I know that you seem like a very intelligent feller. What do you think are the side effects of carrying these cases out on YouTube? Do you think that it affects the brand and the style of justice we get, or do you think that it's helpful?
Yeah, good question. I've been on both sides of that, where, you know, the awareness is super helpful, but when you get spun up narratives from some of these platforms that have a bigger reach and they're dead wrong or going in with the wrong intentions for monetary gains, then this shit can get sideways real quick.
Yeah.
So I've seen it go good and bad. I mean, I've seen the crowdsourcing do wonders and bring missing people home. And I've seen the YouTube community true crime genre just eat this thing alive, because the rumor mill is, we can't get ahead of it after that.
No, you can't ever balance the agenda back. You know, you can't ever bring enough awareness about due process and about jury selections, and you know, a lot of people don't even know the options they have if this stuff goes south. Like, what are your legal options, right? Like, I think that there's a lot of people that they're not informed on what they could do legally, and so they end up sitting on stands and in courtrooms with juries when they shouldn't have.
Yes.
So
True.
it's like a lot of people just think that that's the style of justice, is you have to sit in front of a jury, and that's not the way it is. But I that's where I think that you kind of it's kind of been helpful for Doug, or not Doug, for Don to have went through a little bit of a dark time in his life and have a little bit of an understanding of how justice works. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean that's where that's the kind of ideology where an ex dope head makes the best drug counselor, right?
Yep.
So
True.
it's that same thing. It's that same psychology, but
Yes.
you know,
Yes, you're absolutely right.
yeah, let me ask you this. Now you work cases that aren't online as well too, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay,
Cam,
so
Cam, hit the mute button. We can hear your keyboard.
tell me this, Gonzo. Out of the cases that go very public online, high profile, and the ones that stay under the radar, what do you think the solvability rate, or what do the outcome rate, conviction rate? What's the difference? What's the margins?
Well, in my experience, the margin, I mean, the stuff that's not blown out to the masses is it's a lot tighter. The integrity of the investigations can be a lot tighter. People don't lose sight of the goal, which is to bring people home or find justice, because it's not blown out through the masses. But once again, you got to have that awareness. And that's kind of what brought me towards you, Benny, was I watched you come up and you were real raw and to the point, almost in tears with it. But also, and I'm a F-bomb throwing dude myself. So I like the real raw coverage where you're not out here trying to gain, you're out here trying to find the answers. And I've seen it go both ways, but I think the ones that you can keep under wraps and tight are, definitely a lot more solvable. That's why when I go out, like I have probably 100 more view videos with all the major players in that case, and they're
What's
all
your
like
channel name?
It's called Real Gone Gonzo.
Awesome.
I had another channel.
Wait, Gonzo. Do you wear the red handkerchief?
I do. Yes.
I know you, dude.
Okay.
You're a buddy of Cop Facts.
Yes.
Yeah, man, awesome, man. Now I know who you are. I've watched some of your videos, dude. Like, yeah, man, you're somebody to me, bro. Thank you for coming around today, bro. Wow.
Yeah, this has made a huge difference. People needed to hear this, and like, man, I appreciate it too.
Well, you guys are amazing. I just like what you're doing. I've been on the other side of it as well, where I'm going against some of these big platforms that are spinning it the wrong way. I watched, Profiling Evil, McDonough, and some of these other platforms turn some of these cases. And shit, man, I've been to Delphi. I've been all over the place, and I just don't want to see these bigger platforms run off with the narrative that's going to help their pocketbooks. I want to see the real raw people doing it correctly.
Well, I
mean, you guys are one of them. I appreciate it.
How can he get away with? I know you've caught it on McDonough. I've pointed out a lot of times he will twist and change, just like he did with the phone call when he tried to say about the video with Summer dancing in the rain, that was the same day that she went missing, that he carpooled and all that. He knew good and well what he was doing. He knew that that Don was talking about the day before or the day whenever she was dancing in the rain and all that. That aggravates me to death. And it needs to be put out there.
True. Yeah, AK, my partner, he's gotten to a lot of shooting scrapes with McDonough. I try to stay out of that. I do. When I approached the Wells residents and that family, I went in with a completely different mindset. I didn't shove a camera in their face and document everything inside and outside of the house, because I'm not trying to do that. But
right.
I guess Chris has a lot of things in this game that he's done That's just not the way I operate.
Well, you'll find
We
out a
can
lot more
agree
when
to
you sit
disagree.
down and talk to somebody in real life and get to know
Yes.
somebody and relate with them than you'll find out with trying to come at them in an attacking way
It's true.
or however he comes from, even a cop perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think we just got to keep things tight in this integrity there. We can have the discussions in the deep, dark, hard talks, but when they control narrative, that's when I bounce and go do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I have hundreds of hours of footage that I'm not going to release because that shit could hit a courtroom one day, and it's got to be tight.
It does. You can't have it leak, man. It just cannot leak. Period.
Yep. So, I mean, some of the content, the way I roll is I put out that I'm there. I put out a small snippet of the area, but I damn sure don't go out there trying to control the story.
No.
And that's
no,
okay.
no.
So,
Yeah,
that's okay.
Well, thanks for throwing my stuff up there. Like I said, I have
the Real Gonzo, guys. Real Gonzo, go subscribe to his channel, please. Let's show him some support. And Real Gonzo, this guy is, look at this. Like, he's who I want to be when I grow up. Like, he's actually,
yeah, me too.
Like, I want to be Gonzo, man. So let's stay in touch, dude. And I'll go and I'll drop my email in your latest video, and let's just stay in touch. And if there's anything I can help you with, please, man, don't hesitate to reach out, bro.
And y'all hit the thumbs up down there, man. Let's make people be aware of what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
You guys are great. You guys are great, and I love what you're doing here. And let's just keep on keeping on with it. I love what you guys have here. It's real. So.
Yep.
Appreciate
it's as real as I think it gets. Are you familiar, before you go, Gonzo, are you familiar with Voices Behind the Wall?
I am. Yeah, I just started checking them out. I saw you on there. I didn't know much about it, but I'm starting to get savvy with that side of it. So
yeah, let's I'd like to get you with them, because of course they're the only ones that have access to the situation. So I certainly think to put you with them when you're going to be back out in that area is the way to go, dude, if you're cool with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, anything we can do for this little girl. This is important stuff, and I'm here for you guys. I'm here for summer, and let's do it the right way. So.
Hey, Gonzo, do you I never do this, and people know, but you're way different, dude. Do you have a Cash App you'd like me to throw up there, or no?
I don't.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. If I can't do this on my own time, on my own dime, I shouldn't be doing it.
Damn, that's awesome.
Facts, dude.
So there we go.
It ain't about the money; it's about a little girl's life, and that's awesome, man.
That's true. Yeah, we got to use our skills forward, So let's pay it forward for the right people. So.
All right, Gonzo. Well, I'll let you get back to it, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I subscribe to you. What'd you say, Aussie?
Thanks for sharing, Gonzo. I'll be in touch.
Yes. Appreciate you guys. I'm here if you guys need anything, anytime.
All right, sir. Subscribe to you too, bro. And I'll, like I said, my hand's extended if you need anything when you come this way.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
God bless.
Right. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. You see, if we deserve it, the universe will serve it, guys.
That's right.
That's it right there, man. That's point blank. Now, Aussie, to you, I want to get your opinion. Hold on, let me finish it before I do the baton pass. I want to get your opinion on what you think. What are the detriments of publicizing so many of the details of these cases and how they may or may not affect jury pools in your opinion?
Well, I pretty much share the same opinion as Gonzo, actually, and I think that's what we've been along. There's a balance of everything. There's a certain amount of information that keeps the public looking and keeps the name up in spotlight. so we need to have the spotlight, out there so that people are actually looking for the child, not the parents, the actual child in their neighborhoods. So there's certain amount of balance I think we can strike, which people aren't really trying to strike. They're just trying to generate content. And I don't believe for a second that if the police were telling us more, that there would be less content or less damaging content going around. I think it would just feed it more. So, a lot of people would use the excuse, because the police won't tell us nothing, that's why we're doing this or whatever. But that's not the case. The more police tell us, the more that this is just going to gain legs. So we see that just with Don speaking up. We know in the West case, they didn't speak up. They had that one interview and then they zipped it and they got their own private investigators to work with the police and went about it that way. Well, everyone's bitching now. Everyone thinks they're guilty because they're not talking. So now we look at Don. He is talking. He wants to keep it out there. He wants to make sure everyone is looking. And they've come up with, he's guilty now because he is talking, and why won't he shut up? So I think you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I don't think the police giving us more information or more investigative information actually makes any difference to what we are trying to tackle here. And there's also a balance that we need to strike as far as talking about the cases. Look, we need to talk about the cases. We know that. We know that's why Amber Alerts go out there. The Amber Alerts are to make sure the public is looking for the child. So we need to keep that sort of thing happening. But how far do you go in keeping that current news or currently in people's faces? How far do you go with that? And that's something that I think that our petition is lacking right now, because people are getting the impression we just want to shut them all down. But we don't. We don't want to shut them all down. We want to have a fair balance between keeping it in the public eye, at the same time, not blowing the lid off any investigation.
Yeah, and to go back on what you just said too, if Don would have had a good defense attorney from the get-go, nobody would have heard nothing, because they would have kept him, quiet. Then what do people say? Well, that's what the attorney would have said.
They would have said a guilty person doesn't need a lawyer. What's he lawyering up for?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened in the West.
Yeah, hell yeah, it did. Shit,
And I'll tell you something to the other case, Benny, that I keep saying I want to talk about and I haven't talked about yet. That's what they said. They said they didn't get a lawyer. They went and talked to the police freely, and they did everything freely. They let them have access to the home. They did it freely because the thing that he says, the husband says over and over and over, is a guilty person doesn't need a lawyer. I mean, an innocent person doesn't need a lawyer.
Well, I understand. Hold on. I understand that ideology, but there's a lot of people out here that have a lawyer on retainer and they haven't done anything wrong and they don't have any current lawsuits going, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
They're successful people in the world. I guess if there's people out here that say, why do you lawyer up? Well, there's people that already had lawyers, right? You may have an issue with the law or the court in some fashion at some point in your life, and you created a small town relationship with a lawyer, and damn, you can get him, right? He just stays there. He's always there until you have a problem, right? So all this other shit is
I think it's a point in even here in Australia, it's a point you don't talk to police without a lawyer. If you look on YouTube about advice, in talking to the police, that's the most common advice that you get from lawyers. Don't talk to the police until you've got a lawyer.
That's it.
Yeah, and I want to address this too. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. This came from law enforcement's mouth at the beginning. They've been 100% cooperative, meaning, and they even said they didn't have, as far as what I remember looking into, the police didn't have to get one single search warrant. That's how cooperative they were. They let them come in multiple times, turn everything over, leave, come back again, turn everything over, leave. I mean, that has to speak volumes too.
Yeah.
There's something I was listening to yesterday. I was listening to Don speaking again, just re-listening to what I missed on Voices channel. And he said the police had been out there that morning. Someone had been stuck in stuck on the.
Yeah, they had
That
their
came
truck
back
high
as to
center.
being. Yeah, but he came back and fixed that. That had happened weeks later. That another truck.
6 days before.
Yeah, 6 days before, or no, I think it was just 6 days away from when he did that interview. 6 days
okay.
before yeah.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah, right.
I caught
So
that
that's
too.
what I wanted to just check because I wasn't sure I heard that right.
Yeah, he was talking that he had misheard the question and was talking about a red truck with a 4-wheeler. He had to pull up on the truck, and somebody was laying down in the truck.
Yeah. All right, Benny, did you pull up the email that I sent you and just flip through it and see what the viewers think about what we've written there? This is to reword the petition, and because it's Cam and his wife's idea, I want Cam and his wife.
Lizzie's idea.
It's Lizzie's idea.
Yeah.
For the petition.
Oh, sorry, Lizzie.
Yeah.
I apologize. Whoever's idea it is, I love it. I just think we need to get a little bit more professional about it. The first thing I would point out, I don't want to get anybody offside, but it's written in all caps, and in the tech world, all caps means you're screaming. So we need to fix that. We don't want to be yelling at the people we're trying to reach out to. That's probably not a good point to start with. But I wasn't sure if Benny actually knew that all caps means that you're screaming.
Man, I don't know none of that shit.
Benny, I sent you an email with the I sent you an email. You can start pasting it. No, don't go in there yet. Don't do that bit yet. Like the email that I sent you with a rough draft on how I thought we probably should go about it. It's in your inbox, the last email that I sent you. You sent me a link to the last live stream and I replied to that link.
Right here?
Yep, that's the one. Yep, that's the one. So the first paragraph is...
Did you write this?
I wrote it, yeah. But, I mean, we can change it. This is what I want to do. I want to ask Lizzie and I want to ask Cam, this is sort of an outline of how I think we need to go about it, and then get everybody's input on how we should word it, because I'm not always, great with the wording. It's just writing my thoughts as they're happening. Sometimes they're not great thoughts. Sometimes they're shit thoughts. So I just want everyone's feedback on that. And then we can put that, as we agree on each bit, we can put it into the petition and hit the save button. How does that sound?
Yeah, I like that. What do we got going here for a time? We're at 2 hours right now. Let's make that let's because there's some other stuff I want to talk about tonight. So let's do a new
stream for it. Because I'd like to make sure that let's do a new stream for it, because everyone needs to be aware that that's what we're doing. Right? Because we're going to get less people with us. Right now, they're just seeing it as stop everyone talking, and that's not what we're after. And the first paragraph in my email, I'll just read it out. This is the first thing we need to have at the top of the petition is that we're not trying to shut everyone down. We understand the importance of circulating the face of missing children to ensure members of the public will recognise them if they are spotted within the community. And we appreciate the exact purpose of Amber Alerts. We also understand traditional media and social integral tools to be used in publicising Amber Alerts with the goal of locating the missing. And then we go into what it is actually our goal. So we need to stress that we're not trying to just shut everything down. We do have this, have a balance that we reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I totally
I'm
agree
looking
with
at it
that.
now, and it's pretty thorough. So
Yeah.
this is what Aussie is referring to with the framework, right? Like, what are we actually trying to obtain, right? Like, we're not just leaving it. So essentially, what she's saying is we left our petition is uncovered. What happens is when you have a great idea, they'll say, "Yeah, that's a great idea." Now we'll put the boundaries around it, and that's Aussie's contention. So I do think that probably a lot of this is exactly what it needs to be. It puts this in the box where this is what we're expecting to have happen, and
Yeah.
that's
These are the
a beautiful thing.
limitations we want to put on it. These are the limitations that we want to put on it, and here's our ideas, and then the decision makers help us put those ideas into action. And so just the same as the example that I was reading out, the Adams case, whatever it was.
Yes.
They came up with a strategy. Now, businesses don't have to employ this strategy. It's just that the Office of Victims of Crime makes that as an available strategy that people can use if they want to go and do that. And one of the things that we find is that if you go and look up YouTube ethics of YouTube creators, you'll find nothing. There's nothing out there. All right. So when we Google search something like that, we want to see something come up. We want to know what are our ethical boundaries. What are the standards that we need to stick to? You know, journalists have a set boundary of ethics that they have to stick to, and when they don't stick to it, it gives us the option as the public to stand up and say, "Well, you have completely disregarded XYZ ethics." Well, we can't do that right now because we can't pinpoint what the ethics actually were to start with.
Right.
Hey Benny, I want to refer to something in the chat since I see what's going on down there. If
What is
you
going
know
on
this,
down there?
if we were talking, you know, we were talking about earlier about what your mother teaches you when you're younger. My mother and father always taught me, and I teach this to my own children, about the people were talking about the followers and the people that get on and just follow what other people's lead. My parents told me be a leader, not a follower. And I mean, I think that should go a long way to what everybody's saying down there, especially these flying monkeys, whatever
Yeah,
they're talking about.
my saying with my kids when they were growing up was always, if you jump off a cliff, I'm going to miss your silly ass.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Right.
Is he in here?
That's
Is AB here?
As in, don't follow
I
your
think he
friends.
is.
Yeah, he probably is.
It says
I would
that's
say
what my
he
mom
is.
said too. If you're gonna
They
jump,
got
as everybody else is jumping off a cliff, are you gonna go right behind them and do it too?
no way. So
Yeah.
the thing with AB, Benny, the thing with AB is that he'll come back because I'm back. You know, there's something new to bloody gossip about because I came back. They thought they scared me away.
He could eat a dog's scrotum from the bottom up. That's what he could do.
They thought they'd scared me off YouTube and that I was never going to come back, blah blah blah. But that wasn't the point. The point was I dropped the bomb and ran and let him munch on it for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
So
He's a muncher, all right.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
So,
I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this one up here. And what we're going to do, I want to, Gonzo, if you're still listening, brother, thank you so much for popping in.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I've been knowing about Gonzo. I just didn't remember the name, but then something just clicked and it was like, yeah, he's Cop Facts. Cop Facts is an old school detective out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And
Cool.
he's got he's got a decent channel.
let's bring him back. Let's bring him back when we do the new stream to rewrite the petition. Bring him back for his ideas on that as well, because I'm sure that there's stuff that where he comes from in the search side of things that he thinks could be probably a little bit like we could put something in there about that. Like I'm
good perspective.
sure he's going to have a ton of feedback.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. I'm with that. I think that we do.
Gone Gonzo?
Yeah, the real Gone Gonzo, or real Gone Gonzo.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of infinity for a lot of actual people that are doing it the good right way.
Yeah.
And that's how I heard about Gonzo, was someone praising him. So that's always good. And he was ex-law enforcement, for what that's worth. So anyhow, guys, we're going to wrap this one up, and we're going to Cam and I and Lizzie and Aussie. I'll be talking to you here shortly, and we'll
right.
get something else fired up here for when the sun goes down, guys. I love all of you individually. If you're not a member, that's how you could support the channel monetarily, if that's what you wish to do. We have 2 tiers. We have kind of a gumshoe, and then we have elite. So if you wanted to, it's a monthly subscription. If that's how you wanted to support the channel, it's $1.99. You know, I don't want anyone choosing between groceries and medication or being a member on my channel. If you see fit, go ahead, and we appreciate it. So I guess in closing, guys, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. And
That's
we
right.
will be updating it here this evening at around 8 or 8:30. I think I'm out of notifications for the day, guy. You get 3 notifications as a creator. 3, whether it be a community post, you know, you go live and it throws a notification. Otherwise, if you use up your 3 notifications per day, you're kind of just out there until you hear about it, until somebody hears about you on. So it'll probably be one of those. You just got to keep your eye out for us. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody tuning in. And we'll see you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and be looking for Mine Analysis channel. It's coming. We're working on it.
Yeah, it'll be firing up here soon. Thank you, Austin.
We'll announce it. We'll announce it for you too, Cam.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So for Aussie and Cam and everybody, I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you a little bit later on.